Episode's pretty bad. Lucky for us, we have 2 bad episodes.
It's been consistently terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, it's almost like we have a bad luck sprite following us around.
Oh, yeah, right. That's what's been happening.
Good segue.
Just my luck.
Bad luck sprite. You guys, we should have looked closer. Read that guy's resume a little harder.
Right.
We're back, everybody. We're back for another one.
That's right.
Star Wars Total Rewatch. That's what you're listening to.
That's what everybody's listening to.
That's right.
Yeah. These days.
Only 3 episodes left.
Yeah.
The pre-penultimate episode here has 2 halves called Just My Luck and Bringing Up Norky.
Bringing up Norky. What's that a reference to?
There is an old comedy movie bringing up Baby.
What's that? Okay.
That's all I can think of that it would be referring to. I mean, I don't know why, but that's what they're doing with all the titles.
I don't know.
November 22nd, by the way, of 86.
Who wants to give a good old summary on this? Just my luck.
It's mostly a flashback episode, kind of, although I'm not really sure how far back we're going. Little baby Milani is trying to be a painter, and she doesn't think she'll be any good, and Wicket says, well, you shouldn't give up, because let me tell you my story. Flashback. All about him training to be a warrior, and Teebo tries to help him by bringing a luck sprite, and little did they know he was actually a bad luck sprite. So Wicket does terribly, thinks he's a failure, but he rescues them from something, and he gets his courage back. That's essentially the plot of the episode. And just our luck, we get to review it.
Yeah, supposedly a flashback of something that we never saw. So more like they're just showing us Wicket's warrior trial.
Mhm.
So that's a good thing.
Because apparently they all have to try out to get the job that they want to in the Ewok village. You have to do try out to be a hood maker or the tribe leader or magician's apprentice, etc. And all of Wicket's friends pass their tests, but it's just Wicket who has to complete his test, which is a lot more intense than the other people's test. Actually, I don't know. We never saw anybody's except for Teebo's.
Oh yeah, I bet the hood making test was real tough. His is like a military obstacle course.
Well, designer hoods, though, is what Latara's doing, so that could be a little more in-depth training.
I'm sure they're all the rage.
But I can't tell how long ago this happened.
Yeah.
You'd think it would be before the season started, because if he's already got his warrior belt that he's working on.
Oh, that does make sense. That he didn't have his warrior belt. So this happens just before the season starts. Cool.
At first I thought it was taking place later because he was like going to finally become a warrior now. But like he's just taking the entrance exam, like to start training. And Teebo also said he had just started to become like an apprentice to Logray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how he got in that one.
Because Logray asked the magic mirror who was the best wizard.
That's right.
Well, Logray probably sees his potential better than the others might. And the framing narrative is Milani is still a baby, so can't be too far. Too much time hasn't passed.
Time is irrelevant.
I know. I won't try to make sense. It's just the way they decided to do this season.
Yeah.
But she wants to be a painter. Mm-hmm. That's her dream. Suddenly.
Sure. Kids like to do different things, trying to figure out what they're good at.
You're right. Nothing wrong with that. Baga's posing for the portrait, holding up some fruit or something.
Yep, and of course, Wicket's like, "Oh, what a great bush you're drawing there." She's like, "No, that's not what I was drawing, though."
It's supposed to be Baga.
In her super high-pitched Milani voice.
Hey, pretty good, Milani.
Yeah, not bad for a shrub bush.
But it's not supposed to be a shrub bush. It's supposed to be Baga.
I liked the whole obstacle course Wicket was doing as he trains. That was pretty fun.
No, I like what I got out of this episode is, this is how they decide who's a good warrior in the Ewok tribe. It's a test of their skills. He does some pole vaulting.
Rescues a stuffed animal out of a tree, representing an Ewok. And there's also like a creature, paper mache monster up there that he's rescuing it from. Probably that didn't have to be there, but they're just getting you in the mood, in the warrior zone. Got some tightrope walking.
There's some archery.
That's right.
But yeah, so he's nervous about doing the test.
He's just getting all worked up because that's the only thing he ever wants. He's like, I can't screw this up. But he's clearly capable. Like, that's the whole lesson here.
Right, mind over matter. Believe in yourself and you can do things.
Yeah.
And Teebo brings him this weird little guy, like hooded, cloaked, and he's like a little gnome or a little leprechaun guy.
He's a sprite.
Yeah, Sprite.
7-Up.
I like when he's got the hood on here. It reminds me so much of like some kind of like character from Rayman or something, but I can't think. I was trying to like look up.
He looks like the mini magician from the Traveling Jindas.
Oh, sure. Yeah, like this hood that's just only shows these eyes peeping out of it. Just the way that it's shaped, like, I don't know.
I think I know what you're saying about Rayman, because the way the guy is drawn, you can't really tell that that's his face under there. It could be like, isn't there a guy in Rayman with a big wide mouth like that? Kind of a jar.
I think that's what it's making me think of as Glowbox.
Ah.
It has this weird mouth that looks kind of like that. The mouth-shaped hood. They take the hood off pretty quick and like disgusting gnome thing underneath it.
Disgusting creatures. So who knows what this guy is? A luck sprite.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't get any explanation as to what this is or where it came from. Teebo found him, who knows, out in the forest somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't have much else to say about him. I mean, they don't tell us anything about him other than they think he brings luck, and apparently he brings bad luck.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
Why would you want a bad luck sprite?
Guess that's the point. You wouldn't want one.
You don't want one.
Like, he literally tries to get them killed.
Yeah, he does. You could send it after your enemies, maybe.
Well, yeah, and that's where like Teebo brought him in, and at one point so Wicked is doing his training obstacle course again, but the luck sprite is causing all kinds of disaster. And at one point he says, I love my job. Like, does he think he's doing a good job here? Like, this is what they wanted or something?
Maybe misunderstood what he was hired to do.
Right. Well, he's like, clearly I'm a bad luck sprite. You brought me on to make this kid fail at his test.
No questions asked. I'm just doing the job I was assigned.
Well, right. This isn't what you wanted.
Yeah, but in spectacular fashion, Wicket destroys the whole podium, I guess, where all the judges were sitting and watching. He literally just goes handstanding on a rolling log down a hill and just smashes the entire podium, causing all the judges to be buried under rubble.
Very unhappy, yeah.
Yeah, couldn't have gone much worse than that.
One of the judges here, for like a couple frames, look at him. He's wearing glasses. One of the Ewoks.
You're right.
Was that the third pair of glasses now?
Right?
Of all places, though, I wouldn't have expected to see an Ewok wearing glasses.
Well, I figured if anybody would wear glasses, it would be like a more primitive race.
Before they had LASIK.
Yeah, before they had space LASIK. Although they do have magic, so I don't know. Who knows?
Well, you never know. Like, maybe it was left behind by a certain someone.
Saying maybe it's a pair of glasses Noah left behind. His extra set.
Yeah.
The job that he assigns him is like the worst of the worst.
Gonna sweep out the Bordock pens.
Bordock sweeper. Apprentice, yeah.
Assistant to the Bordock sweeper.
Apprentice nerve herder. Yeah, and we see the Bordock sweeper, man. Yeah, kind of a bummer guy here. Like, not everyone can be a warrior.
I mean, this guy's probably okay with his job, but Wicked's not.
They kind of make him a little bit of a joke. I felt bad.
Like, even his costume is like some sort of dunce hat type thing.
What? That's just peasant garb.
Yeah. Wicked accepts his fate.
Yeah. Well, Wicked just decided I am actually just the worst warrior, and I am now a Bordock pen sweeper.
Right, yeah, he is so melodramatic. It feels in keeping with his character.
Yeah.
He turns everything into some
Mhm.
big drama. Well, because his friends try to tell him, sorry, Wicket, it was a bad luck sprite. And he's like,
Yeah.
no, you're just trying to make me feel better. I know what my lot in life is.
No, you're just trying to make me feel better.
No, really. He was a bad luck sprite. And my dad says you can even take the warrior's test over again.
No, I found my true calling, Nisa. These Bordocks are my family.
They try to hatch some scheme to make Wicket feel like a true warrior by having Latara be suspended from a bridge, and she's like, "Oh, help me, save me, pull me up." So Wicket like unties the rope that's holding her, and she just falls into the water.
Yeah, he's just so depressed.
So he goes to the cave of broken dreams or something like that?
Yeah, Cavern of Broken Dreams.
Mary watched this one with me, and she said, is that a thing?
It is now.
She actually, yeah, kind of everything that showed up in this episode, like the luck sprite too, she said, wait, are those things too? And I just have to keep saying, nope, first time we've ever seen any of this stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty silly. But in this cavern is a giant spider that captures all his friends in webs. Man, this bad luck sprite is still messing with them too. He's just trying to be the villain here.
I think he's just having fun now. This is what he's made to do.
Can't help himself.
They get trapped by a spider, and this is like the spiders in the movie, right?
Yeah, I guess. It's just called an unidentified Endor arachnid. There's actually an article titled that.
Somebody has even more time than we do.
Even the unidentified things get their own articles.
So in the process of rescuing his friends, he basically does the whole warrior trial.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that. You're right.
Tightrope walking. And then the sprite breaks the tightrope, and then they have to do the vine swinging. There's elements of it anyway.
Yeah, and he has to use his strength to move a giant boulder to throw it down on the spider.
Right. Spider falls into the canyon like every spider in Ewoks.
Well, that's kind of the classic Star Wars shot of looking down at something falling into a pit.
Yeah, sure, like the Emperor and Luke.
Darth Maul.
Yeah.
There goes that spider. Never to be seen again.
What did they do with the sprite?
Well, Teebo stopped him by pulling his hat down over his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean what happens to him after that?
Yeah, like, what did they do with him? He looks really sad.
Hopefully they just threw him off the cliff there.
They just threw him in.
No, they said,
Oh, yeah. So the article here says, seeing its bad luck work foiled, the luck sprite cried in despair. This was the first time any Ewok warrior had thwarted its luck-changing abilities. The sprite considered giving up its job even. Wicket offered it a new job as a Bordock stable sweeper.
That's right.
because Wicket heard that part like, oh, really? I'm the first warrior to ever break your bad luck? Well, I guess I am a warrior.
Right.
And yeah, it gives him the broom. Unknown whether the sprite takes him up on that offer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we don't see it, but he redid his training and passed with flying colors. Go. And that's the lesson to Milani.
Right.
Never give up on your dreams.
That's the lesson of that story. Oh yeah, they really came right out and said it on that. Like, how did they word it? What's the lesson?
Yeah, they like ask her.
Yeah, that's right. They asked Milani. So, what did you learn from this? Never give up on.
Don't give up. We'll put that in.
Now, Milani, do you know the moral of Wicket's story?
Don't give up on your dreams.
Right.
Don't give up on your dreams.
I listen to that every morning.
Yeah, motivational speech by Milani.
Oh, yeah.
Right. It's my alarm sound.
Oh,
Good way to
goodness.
start the day.
Yep.
Terrible way to start the day.
All right.
That's what keeps us going through these Ewoks episodes.
Yeah. Someday we'll watch good movies.
One day. Maybe.
Don't give up on that dream, you guys. We're getting there. All right. Part 2.
Ooh, this one was so bad. This one's even worse.
Bringing up Norky.
What a guy. Norky. Yeah.
The intro to this episode I thought was unique. We see the episode title and the writers listed, but there's two munyips that pull apart some vines and then point at the title. Really breaking the fourth wall.
Oh, that's a good point. Can they see those words?
Completely ruining my immersion. Ugh.
I know we're not supposed to think that hard about it. Just as a design thing, I liked it. I think that would be fun if each episode had a cool way of framing the title like that.
Oh yeah, it's clever.
But you're right. That very much breaks the suspension of disbelief here.
Right.
I was so engrossed in this world until then.
Right.
All right. The summary for bringing up Norky is Wicket's mom. I'm going to remember her name. Hold up. Shodu is tasked once again, apparently, with watching some kangaroo named Norky. And they're like, oh, he's such a good kid. He'll help you out with whatever. But he's just a total jerk and blames everybody for problems that he causes and just gets everybody in trouble. So the Ewoks plan to get rid of him by tricking him to go to some faraway, forgotten valley of nothingness, apparently. And, of course, after they send him out, they find out that there's once in 100 years, giant sinkholes open up and everybody gets swallowed up and, stuck under the earth. So they're like, oh no, we have to go save Norky. And so they go and save him, and then Norky realizes that all he needed was friends.
Yeah.
And that's why he was acting out, and thus became a good friend of them. The end?
I don't know what Norky's deal is. He is a real jerk.
Is Norky the worst character ever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had some bad characters, but
Worse than the Tromes.
Oh no, I forgot about those ones. This is tough.
tough choice.
Like, at least, Larry had a fun voice and stuff like that.
This guy is trying to make you hate him.
Yep.
Yeah, not a lot of redeeming qualities to this guy. Norky and his parents reminded me a little bit of that squirrel kangaroo lady we saw making the totem poles. Are they the same species, do we think?
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't.
No.
Yeah.
She was more squirrel, and they're a little more kangaroo.
Yep.
These guys have no name for their species, which is weird. It feels like we see them enough that there would be some name made up for them.
Yeah, their entire species, you mean?
It's the Norky species.
There's a bunch of Norkies.
Yeah, I don't know.
The plot of this episode feels like another classic sitcom storyline.
Yep.
Where, like a new kid comes to town or something. Everybody thinks, oh, he's so great. What a nice guy. Except for, the other kids know, oh, he's really a jerk, He's just...
Yeah. Isn't there, this, evil little brother trope or something of,
Oh, yeah, right. It's been done in suspense movies,
yeah,
too.
it's like he's just all up to these schemes, and then he's sucking up to the adults, making all the other kids look bad. There's some old movie that it reminded me of, just that really menacing.
There was a movie with Elijah Wood and Macaulay Culkin as kids, where one of them was an evil boy and was trying to get the other one. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but
Yeah. I feel like it's something from my childhood, some old 80s movie.
that's one example that comes to mind. I know it's been done.
Right. If you've seen one of these films, you know exactly what we're talking about. And it just really grates on you.
Yeah. It's just so dumb.
I guess we kind of already saw this with Baga's rival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only Silky was actually an evil dragon monster. Norky's just rude.
I don't know what his deal is.
Well, his deal, like he says later on, is just he didn't have friends. That's why he acted out.
I don't buy it. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Right, he does. But it's, I can understand that. Why do kids become, bullies or whatever? It doesn't excuse their behavior, but there might be other things happening in their lives that make them act out that way.
Oh, no, there's definitely some deep psychological trauma.
What are some examples? He frames Nisa for letting Baga run wild. What did he get Wicket in trouble for stealing some apples?
At the start, he just stole all the cookies and then blamed the other Ewoks for eating it.
Just because.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, they all want to get rid of him. Trick him into going to some faraway part of Endor.
Yeah, and they're trying to decide where to send him.
Right.
They go to... Is it Logray has this? Oh, it is Logray's. Yeah. It's his globe.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty cool. He actually has a globe of Endor.
Yeah.
Do they know? They have accurate geological...
They have gliders that can get pretty high, so I guess they must survey.
satellite imagery.
They know that their world is round.
They do, yes.
I would really be interested to see a detailed, a detail of this with everything labeled, all these little islands and continents.
Oh yeah, just like a full map of Endor. That'd be awesome.
Because we keep asking, and they go to these new locations. Where is
Right,
this?
where
How
is
long does it
this
take to
stuff?
get here? And here is a globe, but the only places they point at and name are, again, new places we've never heard of before.
Do we have a listing of those things? Hang on. Logray's globe. So at first it's really small. It's like the size of a baseball. And then Teebo says, I'll make it bigger so we can see it better, I guess. He makes it huge. It's like rolling around in his hut, chasing them. Anyway, they get a handle on it, and then they're looking at it, and it's like crazy. It's like this interactive map. Like there's like little volcano that actually like puts out lava. Like, it's a magic globe anyway.
I don't think I even realized that it was doing that.
I thought that was crazy. What a weird idea.
If you look close enough, you can find yourself on there.
Right.
Yeah, and then you look up and you'll see this giant finger pointing down at you.
Ah.
So the places they mention anyway are the Lightning Forest, the Molten Mountains, and the Vacant Valley, which is where they finally end up tricking Norky.
Most of them are like, yeah, let's like get them burnt to a crisp, or it's like some brutal stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, I agree.
Nisa, the voice of reason. Let's not kill Norky. We just want to teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
Trick him into going to the canyons.
You're right. In the heat of the moment, this is what they want to do. They do start feeling bad for him later and thinking, maybe we shouldn't have sent him out into the wilderness by himself.
Yeah, but I mean, did he ever feel bad tricking them? Come on, gotta get a taste of his own medicine here.
Well, no, but I'm saying these guys, these Wickets have
These
a
Wickets.
little more of a conscience, so they do start to feel bad about it afterward.
Yeah, all these little wickets.
Did I say all these little
That's what you
Wickets?
said.
Oh my goodness.
You did.
I meant Ewoks. I keep calling
I know. Calling Wicket Ewok.
Ewok.
I know. That's funny.
Yep.
Yes. If all they did was treat him the same, then they're no better than he is. You don't bully the bully. You show them kindness.
Right. Don't fight fire with fire. Love your enemies.
Need I go on?
Yes.
Anybody want to tell their scheme to get rid of him?
They just leave a treasure map, and then they're talking about it loudly, and he overhears them say, "Where did we drop that treasure map? Oh, right, it's right there next to a conveniently placed glider." And Norky's like, I'm gonna snag that treasure before they do. So he takes the glider off to Vacant Valley. And the Ewoks go back to their village, and they're feeling really bad.
The end.
Yeah, the end. Norky is never seen again. Now, then we hear from Logray. He says, Hey, Teebo, you seen that map to Vacant Valley anywhere? Just happened to be looking for it
Right.
at this very moment.
Yeah, because
Because apparently...
every 100 years, sinkholes.
Yeah, there were big
And they're just
sinkholes.
saying, man, boy, did we pick the wrong point in this 100-year period.
Or the right point.
Or the right point.
Depending on how you look at it.
I mean, what are the odds of that?
Yeah. Well, Logray wanted to go study the sinkholes, though. That's what he said.
Oh, yeah. He's just wants to go and observe.
Natural
Maybe I can
phenomena.
learn something from it.
That way he can add to his globe of interactivity.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
not only a wizard, he's a scientist as well.
He's an academic. So the Ewoks quickly take their own gliders to rescue Norky. Yeah, this valley is just falling apart.
A sinkhole opens up right under his glider, and it falls into the earth, just like Poe's ship
Oh, yeah.
on Jakku. Look very similar to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like the landscape in this scene. It's another one of those cases where everything isn't blocked by trees, and they...
Forest moon.
Yeah, right. I know. Where are we? But it's zoomed out far enough that you can see a lot of the background. You've got a lot of big rock formations and mountains back there. You're right. It doesn't look much like what we know of Endor. But, nothing new there.
Yeah. So here's Teebo using some magic, and it actually does work. It does exactly what he wanted it to do.
Yeah.
It's a weird idea, but, he makes some spring shoes out of vines. so they can bounce around the valley.
Because when you curl anything up into a spiral, it's a spring and you can bounce on it.
Oh, exactly. That's kid logic. And Nisa and Latara are following them on gliders. I just think it's cool. Like, even the girls are perfectly capable of flying gliders. I mean, every Ewok, it's a totally normal thing, you know? It's not like certain Ewoks are good at using gliders. Like,
Second nature to them.
oh, yeah, exactly. Their primary mode of transportation. So they find Norky and they're like, we got to get you out of here. The treasure map is fake. We just made it to trick you. But this is actually a super dangerous place. And then they fall in a sinkhole.
And they all work together. Norky using his tail.
Right. Norky actually recognizes how dangerous this is. He's trying to help them. The girls fly up with their gliders and almost looks like they just kind of hover above the sinkhole for a little while. That's how gliders work.
Sure. Why not? It's a pretty good rescue,
Just stationary.
Yeah, it's because the updrafts from the sinkhole cause it to.
No, actually, I could buy this because Latara's up here with a rope, and she like Latara is high enough that she's probably catching some more wind. So she's like flying like a kite up here, and then Nisa goes down further into the sinkhole.
I'll buy it.
Okay, so the physics do check out.
The physics check out. I was worried there for a second.
I know, me too.
I'm a little less sure about their falling.
Yeah.
Sort of continually falling as they just keep trying to reach higher for that rope and then they finally catch it.
Sure.
I don't know if the rope just kept getting lowered down at equal speed.
They can break the laws of the Star Wars universe, but can't break the laws of physics.
Yeah, don't go messing with my physics, Ewoks.
No. That's where they crossed the line.
And that's where Norky says, well, if you guys were so annoyed by me, why did you come back to rescue me? Well, because we're still friends. They didn't seem like they were friends, but apparently...
He did say something weird. Here you go.
We never meant for you to get hurt, Norky. You're still our friend.
Gee, I didn't know I had any of those.
There it is.
That's why he was such a jerk.
His life has changed from this point onward. He's a new kangaroo.
At the end, Norky's mom asks Shodu, like, was he a good boy? And as far as Shodu knows, he was the best boy ever, but Wicket and Norky start cracking up because they both know Norky's a real jerk most of the time.
Yeah.
It's pretty hilarious. Like, okay. There you go. That's the end of the episode.
So great.
But I am very much looking forward to the next episode.
What, Party Ewok?
Oh, the next episode, Battle for the Sunstar.
Oh, there's the next one. This playlist has that as episode 13, the final one.
The list I had put Battle for the Sunstar second to last.
Oh yeah, that's the air dates.
Although what it said somewhere was that they aired that one and then 13, and that was like in December sometime.
Yeah.
Right.
And apparently the next January, 87, they re-aired Battle for the Sunstar, like as more of a finale. Maybe they decided if they weren't going to have any more new episodes, that might be a better one to leave people with.
Well, right. This Party Ewok and Milani the Warrior, which is the final 2-part episode, sounds like more filler.
Right.
Where Battle for the Sunstar sounds like an actual good episode. It's like end the series on. But we'll watch it in air date order.
Look forward to that one coming up next time here.
Yeah, for real.
We could just go and watch that right now and talk about it.
Yeah. We'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere.
You can go somewhere, but just make sure you come back here when you're done.
Mm-hmm. Unless this episode isn't out yet, in which case you can go somewhere.
Just gotta sit at your computer or you sit with your phone out until the next episode comes out. It'll probably be a week, but it'll be worth it.
So worth it.
Worth the wait.
Worth your weight in gold.
Worth an Ewok's weight in gold.
There we go. Bye.
Bye.